मैडम आप लोग 2 मिनट पे कर लो कंक्लूड, अब इतना लंबा टाइम नहीं दे पाऊंगा, देख रहे हो भीड़ लग जा रही है
सर। हार्डली टेक 5 मिनट्स सर, बस इसमें
क्योंकि मैं इसको रिजर्व करूंगा, देर कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ,
I just
पढ़ लूंगा।
I'll just pinpoint my argument सर, मैं उसको पढ़ूंगा नहीं।
I will have to take 5 minutes to respond.
5 मिनट बहुत होता है मैडम, नहीं दे
Sir, I just need to show some documents. 5 minutes में I'll wrap up.
हाँ बताइए।
He has made a lot of statements which are false. I need to show you documents for the same.
बताइए।
I was referring to O12 सर, जो इन्होंने रिप्लाई फाइल किया सर। I'll not repeat my argument सर, उसमें मैंने पैरा 14, 15 पेज 117 ये दिखाने के लिए बस आपको बताया था सर कि इनका ये कहना था कि कितन अग्रवाल ने एफिडेविट दिया है HPCL को अपनी पिटिशन के रिप्लाई में, और यहाँ पे जब पुलिस को स्टेटमेंट दे रहे हैं तो दिस हैज कम ऑन देयर स्टेटमेंट ओनली, और HPCL वालों ने भी ये बोला है कि द एफिडेविट वाज गिवन बाय मुशर्रफ टू HPCL, मेरे नाम का एफिडेविट इन्होंने दिया है। तो दिस इज अ कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी स्टैंड सर बिफोर द हाई कोर्ट। इसके बाद सर 118 120 पेज पे मैंने वो पैराग्राफ पढ़ के बताया था सर,
पैराग्राफ मैंने निशान मार दिया
सर। एक बस उसमें लास्ट एक की बताना सर, पेज 120 पे जो ये चेक की बात आ रही है सर, दिस इज द मोस्ट क्रूशियल पॉइंट सर। पेज पैरा 26 का पैरा देख लें सर एक मिनट, पेज 120 पे। So the fourth line said the agreement dated so and so is fake and hence any claim arising from the same is null and void. The concerned checks had been stolen by the petitioner while he was part of the agency, as he had access to the documents and books of the agency. The petitioner should not be allowed to advantage of his wrongdoing. Sir, यहाँ से एक मिनट, it is submitted that check number 000 सर चेक की डिटेल दी है, 3 चेक की डिटेल दी है सर, ये जो हमारे खाते में आ गए थे। चेक नंबर ये, चेक नंबर 23, चेक नंबर 24 had been handed over to the petitioner separately। ये एफिडेविट पे ये कह रहे हैं सर, और यहाँ पे ये डॉक्यूमेंट लगा रहे हैं सर, पुलिस को कंप्लेंट दे रहे हैं, देयर इट इज देयर पार्ट इन द एप्लीकेशन A13 और A17 लगा है, इनकी अवर्मेंट्स भी है सर। इसी चेक्स को ये बोल रहे हैं कि घूम गया, और यहाँ पे एफिडेविट में बोल रहे हैं कि हमने ये तीनों चेक इनको दिए सर। फोर्थ चेक के बाद डिस्प्यूट आता है क्योंकि 29/5 की इनकी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरशिप अग्रीमेंट साइन हो गया, तो 31/5 के बाद जो चेक थे सारे डिसऑनर करा दिए। सो दिस इज अ कंप्लीटली कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी स्टैंड, दे आर हैविंग द ऑडेसिटी टू मेक इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स बिफोर दिस ऑनरेबल कोर्ट सर। सर ये फिर सर O13 में एक बार बस बता दूं, इसमें सर हमने HPCL को भी लिख के दिया था, और सर कुछ व्हाट्सएप चैट्स लगाई है सर, वो मैं उसको पढ़ूंगा नहीं सर। उसमें हमने HPCL की अथॉरिटी को बोला था सर, आप एक बार बस मार्क कर लें सर, पेज 133 से व्हाट्सएप चैट्स हैं सर। ये दिस हैज बीन कम्युनिकेटेड टू रविंद्र नीमा सर, ही वाज द चीफ मैनेजर। इन्होंने उस मिनट्स ऑफ मीटिंग में भी साइन किया, हर जगह साइन किया। इनको हमने स्पेसिफिकली बोला था कि मुशर्रफ खान इज नॉट क्लियरिंग माय ड्यूज, और जब तक मैं इन पर्सन आके आपको एफिडेविट ना दूं तब तक आप मत लेना। तो उन्होंने उसमें नोटेड लिख के भेजा सर, उसमें भी आ रहा है। और फिर भी सर इन कनाइवेंस विद द एप्लीकेंट द HPCL अथॉरिटीज हैव टेकन द डॉक्यूमेंट फ्रॉम मुशर्रफ खान, और उसके बेसिस पर सर हमको पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म से निकाल दिया सर। सो और सर जो उनका ये कहना था कि हमने HPCL के खिलाफ कंप्लेंट नहीं करी, दैट स्टेट में वेरीफाई सर, उसमें मैंने 120B में उनके खिलाफ भी एलिगेशन लगाया सर, जो के मुकेश बाबू चाहे रविंद्र नीमो, मैंने ये बोला 120 भी उनके खिलाफ भी बनता है सर। O13 is that document sir, I am not referring to those documents sir। O14 सर वो डिसोल्यूशन के डॉक्यूमेंट है, ये भी मैं रेफर नहीं करूंगा सर, आप देख लीजिएगा। इसमें ये बताना चाह रहा हूँ सर, जो वो मैंने इन प्रिंसिपल अप्रूवल बताया था, तो पार्टनर
पहले आप लोग एग्रीमेंट ही हो गया था कि ये करेंगे तभी नल एंड वाइड,
और ये कुछ भी नहीं हुआ सर, ना रजिस्ट्रेशन डीड जो हमारी पार्टनरशिप फॉर्म है वो ना डिसॉल्व हुई, और ना ही इन उस अग्रीमेंट को माना सर। सर एक जो आर्ग्यूमेंट सर इनका आ रहा है उसके लिए मैं एक जजमेंट दे दूंगा सर, वो जो सिविल डिस्प्यूट की बात आ रही है, ये
मैं भी उसमें चाहूंगा
सर। So this is the judgment that I'm passing।
क्या इसका पैरा नंबर मार्क कर दिया
सर मैं आप बोले तो 2 पैराग्राफ पढ़ दूं सर, इसे
पढ़िए मत।
सर पैरा 6 है और पैरा जस्ट अ मोमेंट मार्क्स, सो पैरा 6 फिर सर बहुत सारे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट्स इसमें कोटेड हैं। फिर पैरा 7 में भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट को कोट करते हुए कोर्ट ने 27.11 देख लें सर, दैट इज द मोस्ट क्रूशियल, वेयर एलिगेशंस गिव राइज टू अ सिविल क्लेम एंड आल्सो अमाउंट टू एन ऑफेंस मेरली बिकॉज़ अ सिविल क्लेम इज मेंटेनेबल डज नॉट मीन दैट क्रिमिनल कंप्लेंट कैन नॉट बी मेंटेन्ड। सर इसमें बस 1 मिनट इसमें बस 1 मिनट का मैं क्लैरिफिकेशन दे दूं सर। ये अगर ये ऐसा केस होता, मेरी अगर ये FIR होती कि मैंने 60 लाख रुपए में इनको बेचा, इन्होंने मेरे को 10 लाख का पेमेंट कर दिया, 50 लाख का नहीं कर रहे, और मैंने इसमें एक 420 का FIR कर दिया, सो सर दिस वुड बी कवर्ड, दिस वुड बी a civil dispute। Here that is not the case my lord, इन्होंने मेरे उस पे एफिडेविट एक फोर्ज किया है, so there is an element of criminality। बहुत कन्वीनियंट आर्गुमेंट है सर, दिस इज अ सिविल डिस्प्यूट। मैं यहाँ 50 लाख मांगने के लिए नहीं खड़ा हूं सर, मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ कि फोर्ज किया आपने मेरा अग्रीमेंट, एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट फोर्ज्ड अग्रीमेंट यू हैव एंटर्ड इनटू अ डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरशिप अग्रीमेंट विद HPCL, और टिल डेट यू आर टेकिंग फ्रूट सर। my lord इसमें सर
may I be allowed to respond?
रिजेक्शन ऑर्डर का वो पार्ट बस मैं पढ़ूंगा नहीं सर, उसको मार्क बस करा देता हूँ सर। रिजेक्शन ऑर्डर का जो लास्ट पैराग्राफ है उसमें द नीड फॉर इंटेरोगेशन हैज बीन डिटेल्ड बाय द लोअर कोर्ट, वहां पे जो सरकार ने आपत्ति ली थी उसको बोला है सर कि द नीड फॉर कस्टोडियल इंटेरोगेशन इज वेरी मच देयर। And therefore, Manoj, I submit my that this is not fit case where anticipatory bill may be granted. सर इसके एडिशन में मैंने एक रेफरेंस में भी जजमेंट डाला सुप्रीम कोर्ट का 31 जुलाई का, ये सर रेफरेंस सेक्शन में
हम देख नहीं पाते रेफरेंस हमारे।
सर मैं कॉपी दे दूंगा, मैं कॉपी दे दूंगा। आई एम सॉरी मैम,
तो जब पढ़ते हैं ऑफिस में बैठ के तब रेफरेंस नहीं
सर मैं आई पास ओवर द कॉपी मतलब।
Sir, my learned counsel has taken about 25 minutes. I'm requesting for 5 minutes to quickly respond to a lot of arguments that he has made, which very humbly I think are misplaced. My lords, I'll start with the last point where he stopped. He has referred a judgment. I haven't been given a copy, be that as it may. My lord, in the case compilation that I've handed over to you, my lords may look at one case, my lord. The last two cases are judgments by the same bench. And as I said, my lord, this is a case of anticipatory bail. We are not looking into agreements. All of that is subject matter of writ petition. Whether checks were rightly or wrongly given, that is a subject matter of Negotiable Instruments Act before the lower court. And whether, according to us, the alleged agreement that we are challenging will be looked into the lower court. At this stage of anticipatory bail, my lord, this entire argument that we have made, that it is a civil dispute, my lords may particularly look at one Supreme Court landmark decision, my lords, Rikab Birani and another versus State of Uttar Pradesh, SLP number 8592 by 2024. It is a second judgment in my case compilation, my lord, on page number 13. Specifically, may I bring my lord to page number 4 of the judgment, my lord, and I just want to read two paragraphs which will answer this question of civil nature and criminal nature and how the courts are to make a difference. And my lords, I read from the judgment. The court says, during the last couple of months, a number of judgments/orders have been pronounced by this court, especially in cases arising from the state of UP, depreciating the stance of the police as well as the courts in failing to distinguish between a civil wrong in the form of a breach of contract, non-payment of money, or disregard to and violation of contractual terms, and a criminal offense under section 420 and 406 of the IPC, the ingredients of which are quite different and requires mens rea at the time when the contract is entered into itself to not abide by the terms thereof. And my lord, then the Supreme Court goes on to cite several other judgments, including Lalit Chaturvedi and others versus State of UP, V.Y. Jose and another versus State of Gujarat. These are all on the same judgments. And my lord, then on the next page, the court says, this court in Delhi Race Club, which is as old as the 1940 case, my lord, Delhi Race Club Limited and others versus State of UP and another, highlighted the fine distinction between the offences of criminal breach of trust and also cheating, observing that the two are antithetical in nature and cannot coexist simultaneously. Police officers and courts must carefully apply their minds to determine whether the allegations genuinely constitute the specific offence alleged. Now, my lord, in all the arguments that have been made by the learned counsel, there is no suggestion of mens rea. My lord, since 1988, you were the sole owner. Now, my lords, if I may just show a couple of chronological items to you. My lords, A3, that is A3 annexure 3 of my petition. My lords, the first time the complainant gave me a general power of attorney on 21/05/07. My lords, the specific reason that was cited in 2007 was that he is suffering from heart disease. It is therefore that he gave me power of attorney as a manager. My lords, then the next document is annexure A5 on page number 45. My lords, in annexure A5, a copy of the application where the complainant wrote to HPCL to reconstitute. This happened in 2011. And why is he seeking reconstitution? Again, the reason that is given is health reasons. He's been suffering from, my lord's, ill health, and I have been helping him manage throughout, which is why eventually in 2023, he agrees that now he is no longer in a position to take care at all. And therefore, he applies to HPCL and says that I should be made 100% partner. Now, my lords, he made a mention that there is one document that we are hiding. And this document that he has referred to, annexure 07, my lord, why will we hide this document? This is a document that is in support of us. What is this document? It's a document dated 26/2/2024, wherein, and my lords, let me just read. This is a reconstitution proposal approval in principle. Dear sir, this is to Messrs. Balaji, and at this time he is, yes, that HPCL has been given in principle approval by the competent authority for Mushraf Khan to become a 100% sole proprietor. This is in my favor. Exactly. And we are saying we have done that. Now, my lord, A10, two documents extremely important. A10, page number 98, is a copy of deed of dissolution. in which the complainant and accused, we are signing a deed of dissolution. This is the beginning of now transfer of power to me. My lord, what I've been constantly asking, and the learned counsel has not been able to answer, is that if there is a deed of dissolution, why wouldn't you in the deed of dissolution mention that 60 lakh rupees is owed by me to you? Why would you on the same day sign a deed of dissolution and also say that there on the same date there was a separate agreement between you and me in which I mentioned everything about 60 lakh rupees? My lord, the A11, annexure A11 on page number 102, my lord, I am completely denying my signature on it. I am saying it is a completely forged document because neither before nor after has this point of 60 lakh rupees brought to my attention, or my lord, it has been brought to HPCL's attention. Minutes of the meeting takes place, you don't mention anything about it. Deed of dissolution is signed on the same day. In the same deed, you mention nothing about 60 lakhs. You will go and enter into a separate agreement for 60 lakh rupees. Then, my lords, may kindly come to page number 110. My lords, I showed two affidavits, 1304-2024 and 2504-2024. Both of these affidavits have not been challenged by them, has been given a free consent by them, mentions nowhere 60 lakh rupees. Then, my lord, the next day, on 30th 3/2024, annexure 813, page number 115, extremely important. My lord, if my mens rea was in doubt, then this document could not have existed. Even before the 1604 final agreement takes place, on 30th March 2024, 813, page number 115, I have written a complaint to the SP saying 6 checks from my office have been stolen. At this point, there is no dispute, my lord. If my mens rea was in question, why would I go to the SP and say these 6 checks are stolen? My lord, he had entire access to my office, to all the papers, to all the checks. The moment it came to my notice, at this point, the dissolution is not finalized. No distributorship agreement is not in question. But because my 6 checks are lost, my lord, I immediately bring it to the police complaint on 30th March 2024. But then, my lords, he mentions nothing about 60 lakhs. This 16-4 agreement, which has 60 lakhs, has been sprung up as an afterthought. Next document, A14, my lords, page number 118. Again, 2 affidavits are given to HPCL by Kitan Agrawal, 8/5/2024 and 24/5/2024. Again, at no point would you bring to HPCL's notice that 60 lakh rupees is owed to me by Mushraf Khan, and unless he does so, I will not yield my part of proprietorship. My lord, show me my request to the learned counsel is, show me a single place where you brought this point of 60 lakhs to the attention of HPCL. My lord, you had a larger governing relationship with HPCL. I was a manager. Then I was a 49% proprietor. Now you're yielding it in my favor because you can't run it any longer. What prevented you from bringing it to HPCL's notice? And then finally, my lord, please look at this. Legal notice dated 7/6/2024. This one document, my lords, I will want to read. Page number A16, page number 138, annexure number A16. My lords, I'm on page number 138. I just want my lords with me on this one annexure, my lords. This is a legal notice that you're sending me on 7/6/2024. Right? My lords, may kindly look at the title of this legal notice. Notice under section 138 of the NI Act regarding dishonor of check amounting to a sum of 10 lakh rupees, bearing cash number blah blah blah. In this entire legal notice that you have sent me, which is a 4-page long legal notice, I asked the learned counsel, please show me, have you brought in the fact of 16/4/2024? You have been saying 60 lakh rupees. Then why would you send me a legal notice of 10 lakh rupees only? And my lord, these are questions I raise immediately a week later when I am replying to him. So my reply to him, in fact, under my signature is on page number 142. My lord, may kindly specifically have page number 143. 143 is my reply to his legal notice. And my lords, I specifically say, first paragraph, that the check attached by your client in the legal notice is dated 31/5/2024. Therefore, the check date is post the resignation letter which is tendered by your client. Secondly, my lord, paragraph number 3, it is an admitted fact that your client was earlier a partner in Sri Balaji Gas Service, 51% from 25th March 2022 to 24th 5th 2024. He therefore had access to the checkbooks of firm with signs of my client. Your client is now fraudulently misusing those checks to extort money from my client. In paragraph 4, I asked this question about 60 lakh rupees. That while the claim in your legal notice is a sum of 60 lakh rupees, then why is it that you are mentioning one check of 10 lakh rupees? Because their plan was that they will go on harassing my client by constantly coming up with these different checks. And my lord, to that, we have not got a reply till date. My lord, I have further said in paragraph number 5th that I have all the documents needed to prove that your client has resigned from Balaji Gas Service and is no longer a partner in the same. He has zero claim on my client or on Balaji Gas Service, as also shown in the dealership agreement that is signed between my client and HPCL on 29th May 2024, and that my client is a 100% proprietor. My lord, now let me just read out to you one portion from the FIR, because he has been misquoting and he has been saying a lot of statements which don't stand true in the light of FIR. My lord, this whole point that 16/4/2024 agreement was not signed by him at all, etc., etc. Let me just read out the relevant parts, my lord. शिकायत जांच में, my lord, this is page number 192 of my petition. शिकायत जांच में नोटरी करता, the person who had notarized, my lord, अनिल कुमार गुहा ने अपने कथन में बताया कि जिला न्यायालय हरदा के परिसर के चेंबर नंबर 13 में नोटरी व्यवसाय करता हूं। मेरे पास दिनांक 24/5/2024 को एक व्यक्ति शपथ पत्र तस्दीक करने के लिए आया था। शपथ पत्र में लिखे अनुसार उसने अपना नाम कितिन अग्रवाल, पिता स्वर्गीय किरण कुमार अग्रवाल, उम्र 51 वर्ष, निवासी नरसिंह वार्ड हरदा बताया था। इसे मैंने अपने नोटरी रजिस्टर क्रमांक 522 दिनांक 24/5/2024 को इंदिराज सर शपथकर्ता उस व्यक्ति ने हस्ताक्षर अपने नोटरी रजिस्टर में किए थे। शपथ पत्र को विधिवत नोटरी टिकट लगाकर तस्दीक किया था। So even the FIR, my lord, the person who was notarized, his statements are saying that Mr. Kitin Agrawal was very much there. Now, merely producing some train tickets or hotel bookings or Ola Uber, which, as I said, my lord, in today's day and age can be done even while sitting in a room, is no proof that prima facie anything is being done by me. Now, my lord, just moving towards summary of all of this, my lord, first of all, there is no answer to the question why this 16/4/2024 and 60 lakh rupees was not communicated to you by HPCL. Why, in spite of the fact that I owed you 60 lakh rupees, you put forth several affidavits and gave it to the company. You signed on the dissolution agreement. Why would you have a new agreement on the side for 60 lakh rupees when another agreement was being signed? My checks were lost, which are the checks which are being fraudulently misused by you. As soon as my checks were lost, I had brought it to the notice. At best, my lord, what is also not answered is finally when you're sending me a legal notice, you're still not claiming 60 lakh rupees, which shows your mens rea. And this entire question on the agreement of 16/4/2024, even if considered valid, is not a subject matter to be discussed here. You have filed a writ petition, the High Court will look into it. We have filed a civil plaint, my lord, the courts will look into it. But to give it a whole nature of fraudulent is going against every landmark decision of the Supreme Court, one of which I have put forth before my lords. So my lords, mens rea, or why would I cheat when I have been the person who has been managing everything at your behalf? Why would I cheat you? Mens rea is absent. They have not been able to explain mens rea at all. And they've been giving it the color of cheating, my lord. And the final thing is, my lord, since this is a question of anticipatory bail, I am a permanent resident of Harda. I have already given a detailed statement to the police. My lord, in addition, I have also, my thumbnails and my signature prints have been taken. They have been sent to the handwriting expert. So there is no question of tampering with the witnesses whatsoever. I'm not going to run away. I'm willing to subject myself to the police investigating authority. I'm also willing to furnish a personal bond. With that, my lord, at this stage, to arrest me would be travesty of justice. It will completely spoil my reputation in the market. He's a person with criminal antecedents, as is on the record. My lords, for me, this is a fresh case. There are no criminal antecedents whatsoever against it.
सर एक मिनट सर इन्होंने बहुत सारी चीजें एक मिनट से आप लूंगा सर because this is not a rebuttal, my lords.
I kindly appreciate what is in the police has verified, whether he was present there or not. For that, your lordship, the police has stated that the Kitin Agrawal द्वारा प्रस्तुत दस्तावेज दिनांक 22/5/24 की भोपाल से दिल्ली इंडिगो फ्लाइट की टिकट दिल्ली से होटल वेनेजिया सरोवर पोर्टिको में रुकने के बुकिंग वाउचर, दिल्ली में कैब का उपयोग करने के संबंध में प्रस्तुत ओला कैब के बिल दिनांक 24/5/24, दिल्ली से भोपाल तक ट्रेन नंबर 12,002 शताब्दी एक्सप्रेस की एसी एग्जीक्यूटिव क्लास की टिकट जिसका PNN नंबर सो एंड सो है, दिनांक को हबीबगंज स्वयं की कार क्रमांक सो एंड सो इंदौर तक यात्रा के दौरान पड़ने वाले टोल टैक्स की पेमेंट स्टेटमेंट तथा उक्त 24/5/24 के सायं 19/25 पर इंदौर में मेहता क्लॉथ स्टोर UG 6 एरन हाइट्स UP 3 AB रोड अपोजिट C2 C21 माल स्कीम नंबर सो एंड सो बिल नंबर सो एंड सो प्रस्तुत किया जाने से स्पष्ट है कि आवेदन कितिन अग्रवाल 22/5/24 से 24/5/24 तक हरदा में न होकर 22/5/24 से 24/5/24 के प्रातः दिल्ली से दोपहर 14-12 बजे शताब्दी एक्सप्रेस से भोपाल आना तथा उक्त दिनों की हबीबगंज से इंदौर जाना आवेदन द्वारा प्रस्तुत दस्तावेज में पाया जाता है।
Can I respond one quickly? Just one point to this.
नहीं मैडम, ऐसा नहीं होता, ऐसा नहीं होता।
This is a police inquiry, my lord. And secondly, your lordship, the only question involved in this case that the HCL has produced that non-judicial stamp papers affidavit. Now, your lordship, who sent the SCCL? The petitioner has sent the HCL to this affidavit. Why the original copy is with the either or SCCL or the petitioner. Now, your lordship, therefore, inquiry is required
regarding that.
Yes, inquiry is required. That is submission.
My lord, just one.
Sorry, both of you. Sorry to both.
सर ये मेरे से जवाब मांग रहे थे, मैं उसका जवाब दे दूं सर। ये बोले जवाब नहीं दे पा रहे तो मैं उसका जवाब दे दूं सर। एक नोटिस का जिक्र आ रहा है सर कि 10 लाख का नोटिस
60 लाख लिखा है,
60 लाख लिखा है सर उसमें। माय लॉर्ड, आपको बताने ग्रेटफुल।
Grateful, my lord.
Thank you.